Let's fucking go.
Welcome to the Comic and Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and today I'm here to talk about the huge breaking thing that happened yesterday, which is the release of the first teaser/trailer for Spider-Man Brand New Day. Yes, they released it yesterday, and the world stopped for a moment. For a brief moment, the world froze to consume this one trailer. Now, Tom Holland put out a message, I believe the day before, like posting up little images and clips of the trailer before they released the trailer yesterday, on Wednesday. But like, dude, there has been rumors about this trailer. Apparently it leaked, it feels like a month ago now that this trailer leaked. People thought it was going to come out during the Super Bowl, but it didn't. People thought it was going to come out, a while ago. Because the movie has finished filming for a while, and it's coming out in July. And July's not only right around the corner. July's in 4 months away? So we knew they had to release something. We knew it was coming. Actually, someone said something last week, late last week, that there was rumors that they were going to release it this week. And we finally got our first glimpse at this new Spider-Man movie. Now, this new Spider-Man movie is obviously got Tom Holland returning, got Zendaya returning, got Babylon, who plays Ned, returning. They got a lot of returning cast members from the original Homecoming trilogy. But we got a new director in is it Daniel Dustin Cretton? I always say his name incorrectly. And if that name sounds familiar to you, it's the director of the Shang-Chi movie. One of the best movies Marvel released in the phases 4 and 5, Shang-Chi. And honestly, it makes me a bit conflicted about how I feel about this, because like many people, I want a Shang-Chi 2. So when he was announced to be directing Spider-Man, I was split down the middle. One part of me was like, well, that's amazing. He did such a great job with Shang-Chi. He did such a great job with the action. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. I can definitely see him handling Spider-Man. Another part of me was like, but what about Shang-Chi 2? But we're here to talk about Spider-Man Brand New Day. And I'm going to just tell you right off the bat, I love this trailer. I thought that this is the trailer kind of shows a perfect evolution of the Peter Parker story. Last we saw Peter Parker, Marvel MCU Peter Parker, was by 2023, I think. So about 3 years ago, it's Spider-Man No Way Home. And at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home, in order for Peter to, save the world from this multiversing rips in time, or rips in times and space, he had to have Doctor Strange cast a spell where everyone forgot who he is. Because the basis of the spell he used to attempt to erase people's memories of who he was went shit tits up. Villains from all across the multiverse and all across the other Spider-Man movies slipped through, including the other two Spider-Mans and Andrew Garfield's and Tobey Maguire's. It became a whole thing. But by the end of that movie, not only did he lose Aunt May, who died in that movie, sadly, tragically. I mean, it was a really emotional moment in the movie. Not only did he lose his last, figure outside of Happy Hogan, and I'm curious if they'll mention that in this movie. It is still interesting, but yeah, he lost the last family member, his last Aunt May. Not only did he lose that, but he had to erase himself from the memories of everyone in the world to save everybody. And near the end of that movie, when he was going to go reintroduce himself to married to MJ and Ned, and he saw that they were cut up, he saw that they were scarred from the events throughout No Way Home, he decided that their lives would be safer if they didn't know who he was. And now this movie, I'm hearing, takes place 4 years later after No Way Home. And Peter's not doing so hot. As you see throughout the trailer, Peter he hasn't gotten over it. He's still watching MJ and Ned on Instagram and following them. And he's living in his shitty apartment. He's got to wash his suit in the washing machine. And You know, like he's stressed he's stressed as hell. Like clearly his life's gone to shit, dude. And only thing that seems like can give him solace, the only thing he can really commit to is being Spider-Man, which honestly is very relatable. I mean, who of us have not been stressed out and decided to pour all of our attention into something to distract ourselves from it? Most of us do that with our own jobs, except his job being a superhero. So you see the story they're telling here with Peter. You see the internal story they're telling with Peter. You kind of see where that's going. But also, the Punisher is here, and we see our first glimpse of not Mark Ruffalo, but we do see him. We do see him, but we see our first look at Frank Castle, the Punisher. You know, that was cool. We see the first glimpse of the battle van, so that was dope. Clearly, in this scene, they show us they had met at some point in the movie, and already, so cause I mean, he knows his name's Frank. He knows who he is. He knows, clearly, if they're on a first name basis like that, he knows who the hell he is. So that's cool. Also, like I said, Mark Ruffalo showed up as Bruce Banner, so that's cool as well, and he's completely in Bruce Banner, though the rumor is he's gonna Hulk out. So we'll see if that stays true. And also, they fucking have the Hand in this. Yes, the Hand from the Netflix series, but it's a different version of the Hand. It seems like a more comic book accurate version of the Hand. Like, I didn't mind the Hand in Daredevil season 1. Well, you didn't even really get the Hand. You just got one Hand member. I didn't mind the Hand throughout the Netflix shows until eventually they just completely ruined them. The Netflix shows, like, for all the rose-tinted glasses people have for those Netflix shows, they kind of did a shit job of the Hand. The Hand are, like, literally Marvel's answer to the League of Assassins on DC. Like, that's like the Hand. They're fucking undead ninjas, for crying out loud. Undead ninja organization. Like, they should be badass, and they didn't even really have them in red, whereas this version of the Hand is fully in a red fit. And I'm like, yep, they did it, because they already are doing better. Because this version of the Hand is fully in red. I like the idea of Spider-Man fighting ninjas too, because he's so acrobatic. So there's something cool about that visual. You got the Scorpion in here. There's a lot going on in this movie. But in the background of this movie is apparently Peter's stress is having an effect on him. For some reason, he's mutating, he's changing, he's stronger, faster, and he has organic webs. Yes, the organic webs have been confirmed, and I am smidge worried. First of all, I already made a video about it. You guys already know how I feel about it. I am not an organic web guy. Don't like it. I think personally the web shooters are more iconic. I think the web shooters are more versatile. I think the web shooters are there's just more you can do with the web shooters than the organic webbings. He can run out of ammo. They're more he can create different web fluids himself. I think they look cool. Like put this in context. Watch Mojo, which I haven't watched in a long time, but I used to watch it a long time ago. Watch Mojo's top 10. They did a top 10 superhero weapons, and Spider-Man's web shooters were number 5. So, like, they count, in most people's minds, they count as weapons, the most iconic weapons. Also, they're like Peter's first and most iconic invention. To get rid of that, I just feel like hurts the character. Like, it's just so much of him. It's his genius and a risk, dude. That web shooter literally represents his genius, his intellect. To get rid of that, just to try to fucking suck off the Sam Raimi Spider-Man people, just kind of feels bad in my opinion. I only have one true complaint about this trailer, and well, that's not even a complaint. That's just a worry. Actually, the vibe I get from the trailer is he's gonna go full Spider thing. But I'll talk about that in a separate video. I enjoyed this trailer, but the only thing I'm truly worried about is that they are doing a lot, dude. They have like, and granted, I think some of this is going to be in a montage. In fact, some of the images in here look like they were from a montage. There's this image of him, like someone, like the scene, like they recreated some comic book panels with villains like Tarantula, and there's like a boomerang villain in there, and like him snatching the guy. They recreated some stuff. So some of this is going to be a montage, but it looks like the Scorpion is going to play at least some type of role. I mean, it looks like it. Where the hell does Frank Castle come into this? Where the hell does the Hand come into this? Where the hell does Bruce Banner come into this? Where the hell does this? And meanwhile, Sadie Six in this movie supposedly maybe playing Jean Grey. Also, the fucking Damage Control's also in this movie as well. Supposedly chasing Sadie Sink's character, who's maybe being Jean Grey, and you know they might come for Peter. So I was like, dude, so you got Damage Control, you may have Jean Grey, you got the Punisher, you got the Hulk / Bruce Banner. What else you got? You got the Scorpion. You also got the storyline where Peter may be mutating. You got Ned and MJ. Like, there's a lot happening in this movie, and unless this movie's gonna be 2 hours and 30 minutes, that's a lot to juggle. Like I said, hopefully a lot of this, like the Scorpion and some of the other stuff, is just a montage. But like the fact, because Damage Control has been portrayed as villains, and last time you saw them was in Wonder Man as the antagonist. So it's like, yo, so is Damage Control like it's just I don't really know how they're gonna juggle all of this. And in the end, also, there's a 50-50 chance, like I said, I'm gonna make a video about this, maybe later this week. Peter's gonna turn full man Spider. So like that's an aspect that's hovering in the air too. So it's like, you got this man turning man Spider, you got the Hulk, you got fucking Punisher, you got like this chick taking, if she's not Jean Grey, she's some chick taking over people's minds. It's like, yo, this is a lot going on, man. And I hope they can juggle it. But I thought the trailer was fucking awesome. Loved it. Bit worried, but I'll be optimistic. Anyways, thank you guys for joining the Comic Game Movie Show. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Goodbye.